if you're a Sagittarius born November 22nd to December 21st, what can you expect for the month of July 2018? Let's tune in and find out. Wow. A lot of tired energy here, Sag. So I feel like you have been, just moving, working yourself to the bone. And now I feel like this month you get to rest. I feel like I'm over the hump. So whatever it was that you had to get over, whether it was a test you had to take, whether it was some task you had to perform, some business project that you had to, really push forward, or it was just maybe getting your kid to graduate. Like I just see this big thrust and now you're done, like, finally. So there's this big relief that's happening for you this month, that some of the difficulties behind you. And so I just feel much more relaxed. I feel less stressed, and I feel like I've got a moment to catch my breath. So there you have it. Now, just as soon as I say that, we're approaching 3 big eclipses here. One July 11th, 12th in Cancer as a partial solar eclipse, and then we have a full moon total lunar eclipse on July 27th. And then we have Mars goes retrograde, which already happened, June 26th to August 27th, which is really more around the planet of action. So things are just a little more slower. But then we also have Mercury retrograde, July 26th to August 18th in Leo. And that is, of course, around our communication. And that's where travel can get disrupted. And that's where, we can, take things wrong and we misunderstand and we don't see everything clearly. Now, there's also some positive energy that happened, that the planet Jupiter started going direct June 10th, right? So when that happened, that's the expansion of good luck and of money. So we do have some positive things happening. So not all is lost. There's good opportunity here. And sometimes, the slower energy makes it easier for us to see and to capitalize on things. So with Mars being a little bit slower, what does come in may be something that's like, wow, really valuable and viable, and I can make that happen and actually see it. So just know you want to listen to your own rhythm, right? Because as far as the signs go, everybody is born at a certain time, and then your chart's different than this person over here. So this is a general reading. So this is why I just want you to feel your way through things, because what's true for one person is not true for the other. So the bottom line is the energy this month, while it's a little slower, and you certainly need it to be, because I feel your energy of being really tired, it doesn't mean that you're going to be bored this month. It doesn't mean there's not going to be things to do. It doesn't mean that things won't be jumping or hopping in your work if that's what you want. So it's really more of how much do I want to play. So I feel a big play factor here available for you that maybe was missing the previous month or two. Much more play this month, much more ease and grace available for you to get what you want. Now, that doesn't mean that there aren't these big like moments of shock where some things can come in, because with eclipses, that's what they are, right? They're designed to project us forward, big endings and big beginnings. So you could hear about, a relative calling off a wedding, or you could hear about, somebody losing their business, or you could hear about, somebody selling a house and moving away and being eclipsed out of your life. You don't get to see them anymore. Or it could be that a son or daughter is moving away, or, right? Or there's a long-term employee is quitting, right? It's just these things where, it doesn't mean that always a death, but it means a change, a significant change. So just be aware, a lot of significant changes are happening. And change is good, right? They're good. They're part of the fabric that our soul needs to grow. So just don't worry about it, embrace it, and go with it. So let's look at money and career for Sagittarius. What's in store for you this month? So it's really about what you want to bring forward, what emotion. You're so fluid, Sagittarius, and you can really bring a lot of joy and peace and tranquility. So I really feel like in your money and career, things are in the flow, things are going well. It's kind of just like this nice symbiotic energy, this nice even exchange. So I feel like there can be a lot of nice harmonious things happening for you this month. Now, in addition to that, for some of you, it can feel like a long race, right? Like this has been a long race. It's taken me a long time to get here. Now I've pulled a hamstring. My head hurts, but the end has arrived. So I do feel like there's success here and there's joy here with your money and your career in finishing, getting to the finish line of whatever that thing was, whether it was a goal or whether it was an actual project. I do see you getting to the finish line this month. Let's see if there's anything else specifically about your money. Yeah, it feels like for some of you, it's really about being more methodical about where you want your money, what you want from it, where you want to go. And I feel like you may get insights or valuable hits about where to put your money, where to place it, or whether or not you want to sell something and buy something new. There's very specific strategies that are going to be shown to you this month that I feel are important to you. So maybe you haven't really been big on planning and all of a sudden you decide to plan. Or maybe you've been somebody who's kind of like, you know, I've always just been really focused on this aspect of my money and I've never paid attention to, let's say, I've always looked at investing and never looked at savings. I never looked at how I can save with taxes. And now you shift to, wow, I'm going to look at how I can save with my taxes, right? Or maybe it's the other way around. You've always looked at the tax aspect, but you never looked at investing. So I just see you having a more well-rounded view around your money and your career. So you're going to be shown aspects that you haven't been important to you before are now becoming important. Okay, let's look at your health for Sagittarius. This is the month I feel like where you get restored, where you get just more playful energy, you've got more energy. I think for some of you that have actually had, you know, digestion issues or heart issues, I feel like those things get answers, and I feel like you can be on a trend of healing because it does feel like the body is slowing down so you can get restored and get the answers that you need. So rest is really important. Yeah, I feel like you catch up with it this month because the month feels much slower than the pace you've been running. Okay, let's see if there's any surprises for Sagittarius this month. You know, it just feels like the surprise is that you can actually relax, right? That, you know, like, wow, I can actually unplug. Like, wow, I don't have to be going 1,000 miles an hour. I don't have to like jet everywhere, that I can kind of like just chill or go, you know, lay a little bit low. So I feel like that's the big surprise, is that you actually get to lay low, that you actually get to do what you want to do instead of being forced to do what everybody else wants to do. And that's the big surprise. So you're able to get what you want, Sagittarius, and with less concern about what other people think or need. So definitely something good. All right, you guys, have an amazing month. This feels, like I said, it just feels really kind of like idyllic and slow and nurturing and taking care of yourself. Remember those retrogrades, that Mercury retrograde, July 26th to August 18th. That's really when you want to avoid, you know, writing contracts and doing things like that. But of course, if you have to, then you just want to pick, you know, emotionally the day that feels good for you and double check things and triple check things. It's also a time when you want to be wary of travel. Leave yourself extra time, right? You know, more than just 15 minutes. You want to save yourself like an extra hour just in case something comes up that's wacky in travel. So that's towards the end of the month. But all in all, this, you know, this month is good, and there are going to be people around you that you're going to kind of steer yourself away from, because you're going to see people being a little bit overly sensitive. And I just see you kind of like, you know, just, wow, okay, noticing, but not really being caught up in it, which is really good. So just sending love to those people that are having a little bit more difficult time because of that Cancerian energy. All right, Sagittarius, have a great month. If you like my intuitive astrology, please click like, share it with your friends, comment below. So I'll swing back around and read them, and I look forward to connecting with you again next month.